All right, so we're going to multiply. Here's our equation. Eyes up here. Remember, equation means I have two sides of equation and I have an equal sign. Equation, equal sign. An expression, let's write this up here. An expression does not have an equal sign. So for instance, 4/10 times 7/10 would be an expression because there's no equal sign. No equal sign. Okay, there's no equal sign. That's on an expression. So if it says find the expression, they don't want the equal sign. An equation has an equal sign, okay? Remember yesterday we talked about the different ways I could write multiplication. So here we have our times symbol, but we can also rewrite it as 4/10 of 7/10. 4/10 of 7/10. Because that of, remember, stands for what? What is that of? Does anyone remember what a of stands for? Groups of. Very good. Table, was that table 4? Yeah. Yes, go clip up for your table. Very good. That of means groups of. Okay? Groups of. So 4/10 of 7/10. Okay? 4/10 of 7/10. Now, I have my hundredths grid. Remember, this whole thing is equal to one whole. And remember, if I'm writing it, it's important enough for you to write it as well. Okay? That's whole thing's equal to one whole. What I have to be able to do is recognize a model and match the expression to the model. So we're going to look at our first value, our first factor in the expression, 4/10. So with my color pencil, so everybody pick a color pencil and let's raise it up in the air. Huzzah! Remember that like medieval thing? No? Y'all, huzzah! Find your first color pencil, okay? So, now let's put it down and we're going to shade 4/10 from the top, right? How many of these columns do I need to shade to represent 4/10? 4. Good, okay? So we're going to shade to the top and the bottom. All the way. Make sure you go to the top. All the way. Okay? Once you've shaded that, it's very important that you label it. In fact, that's one of the first things that you need to do. When you see a model like this, you need to label it. Well, we just did 4/10. Label it, label it. Make sure, should that decimal be in front of the 0? If that decimal is in front of the 0, what is the value then? 4 cents, right? 400s, very good. Okay? So I've done my 4/10. Label it. Don't label it to the side here because the 4/10 is this vertical column. Okay, now pick up your second color. Let's raise it in the air. Huzzah! If you need a second color, I've got one. Hey. Oh, you can use orange on your first one? Yes. All right, sorry, buddy. Here. Good catch. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. So, now you're going to take your paper, turn your paper like this. Okay? Now, we're going to shade, what is our second factor? 7/10. So we have 4/10. Let's say it's 4/10. Let's say our okay. Okay, no colored pencils in that sharpener. It'll jack it up. Okay? I appreciate it. So 4/10. Let's say the 4/10 is a garden, and I have my garden that's 4/10 of my yard. But out of that 4/10 of the yard, I want to plant 7/10 of it. I want to plant roses. So now I'm going to take my 7/10, and how many columns should I shade in for 7/10? 7. Let's do it. Now you got to overlap. Go top to bottom. Overlap. You see how blue and red can unify? Isn't that lovely? Right? We can all come together again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again, it's got to overlap. Okay? It's got to overlap. And make sure when you're shading so dark, don't use your muscles so much so you can't see the overlapping portion, okay? Once you overlap it, you turn it back around. And then you take your pencil or pen or whatever you're using, and you're going to label it. Again, label, label, label. I can't stress enough, you need to make sure and label. Because when you label it, you'll be able to eliminate expressions that are not correct. Okay, that are not correct. Now, your product lies where the two colors overlap. So if you take a look right here, and you look where both overlap, this is, here's my 4/10. Well, that's this is 7/10 of 4/10, or 4/10 of 7/10. Okay, so let's count it up all together. Let's see what we have. 1, 2, 3, count along with me.
11, 10.
4, 5, let's count together. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 20, what? 8, but it's not $28, it's what?
28.
28 hundredths, okay? 28 hundredths. So 4/10 times 7/10 is equal to 28 hundredths. But you know, that took a lot of time, didn't it, to count all that up?
Yeah.
And we're not little kids anymore. We can probably do something that's more efficient. What can we do that's more efficient than counting all that up? Willie, what do you think? Multiply. Good. Go clip up for your table. Very good. Multiply. So, and that's what I've done here by that model. Now, we're also going to show you the algorithm is too. Please stop poking holes, buddy. Please. All right. So, we've got our 4/10. Let's line it up. Times the 7/10. Okay. Let's line that up. But look at how we line this up. Is there something that we necessarily don't need in here?
The decimals.
Well, decimals are important because $4.04. The zeros, right. Those zeros, it doesn't matter. It actually just gives me more work than I need. Ooh, very good, Johnny. Go clip up for your table. Very good. Insignificant digit. These zeros don't change the fact that the 4 is in the tenths place. The 7 is in the tenths place, okay? So that's an insignificant digit. So I can actually write these without the zeros, okay? And now I can just go ahead and multiply it. Well, what's 4 times 7? 4 times 7. 28. I like the sum, though. If it was the sum, that's correct. Now, remember in the video we watched with Math Antics on multiplying decimals? I want to see how many digits. Let me get a better one. How many digits are behind the decimal, okay? So we have 1, 2. 2 digits behind the decimal. Because look, is my answer, again, you don't even have 1 on both of those. Remember, 1 whole is this. Do you even have 1 whole double shaded?
No.
So your answer has to be less than 1, right?
Yes.
So it can't be $2.80. It can't even be 28. So now I'm moving my decimal how many places?
2.
Twice. You start from the back and you move it. 1, 2. Make sure you show this step here. So that way when you're looking back at it, you know, a week from now, you can remember how to do it. And so I get 28 hundredths. 28 hundredths. Okay? And so let's write a sentence with it. 4/10 of 7/10 is equal to 28 hundredths. We've written a number sentence with it. Okay? All right, and we are going to stop there so we can go to recess.